Hello everyone, this is chapter 3, Fashioning a New Society in the Wilderness. Medieval Europe was structured in a strict hierarchy. Monarchs, nobles, and the Catholic Church controlled land, while serfs worked it in exchange for protection and owed labor and crops in return. Life centered on survival, with traditions, holidays, and church authority shaping society. These systems influenced thinkers who later inspired the colonists' ideas of freedom, rights, and new ways of organizing society. By the 1600s and 1700s, colonial America still resembled Europe. Settlers lived in hierarchical villages, with a wealthy few holding large estates and many indentured servants or tenant farmers making up the lower ranks. Laws governed farming, wages, and trades, and churches held political power. Urban unrest and rural rebellions, like Bacon's Rebellion, reflected tensions between wealthy landowners and lower-class settlers. By mid-18th century, colonies were changing. English society and American society looked quite different, but also similar enough that the contrasts could be made. 2/3 of colonists owned land, compared to 1/5 in England, fostering economic independence, political voice, and mobility. Religious diversity and small-scale capitalism broke down old European traditions, primarily the Protestant and Church of England and Virginia, though inequality persisted for women, slaves, Native Americans, and the poor. Tensions with royal governors and local elites set the stage for independence, and thus the American Revolution. Now, the Revolution focused on liberty, land, and self-rule, rather than equality. After independence, the Constitution had limited the federal power, leaving social policy largely to states. Jeffersonian ideals reinforced minimal government, and federal social programs remained minimal for over a century. Local governments and voluntary aid handled basic social welfare. Colonial social welfare was modest and often punitive. Poorhouses, public labor, and charity targeted the unemployed, debtors, and those deemed morally deficient. Moral crimes had become a thing at this point. Cultural emphasis on self-reliance and fear of centralized power constrained broader support. Reformers, like Benjamin Rush, a physician, abolitionist, and signer of the Declaration of Independence, challenged these norms. He advocated for the abolition of slavery, public education, women's schooling, temperance, and prison reform. Rush's willingness to champion unpopular cases illustrates the tension between pursuing necessary reform and seeking popular approval. Debates over constitutional interpretation shaped early policy. Hamilton favored broad federal powers, while Jefferson emphasized strict construction and limited government. These conflicts continue today and influence Supreme Court appointments, civil liberties, and federal policy as we see it. Colonial policies also reflected sexism, racism, and moralistic views of poverty, limiting opportunities for women, people of color, the disabled, and the poor. Frontier land ownership offered opportunity, but often led to financial risk, and policies favored existing homeowners over new settlers, highlighting the tension between independence and systemic support. All in all, colonial America combined opportunity and inequality. Land ownership, local governance, and emerging social welfare programs fostered independence and shaped early American identities, while slavery, displacement of Native Americans, and restriction on women institutionalized oppression. This complex legacy influenced the development of our country, the United States, leaving patterns of social, political, and economic dynamics that continue to affect us today. Thank you.